Hey guys, I got another video for you guys today. Today I'm going to be tearing down some pallets so that I can make a crate. You can't really see it, behind these pallets here, I got 3 of them. Behind these is a bunch more slats of wood. I still have the nails in. So, using my circular saw, I'm just going to cut right down, just make it a lot easier for myself. I'm going to cut right down, pry out the middle, and then I'll get to work on the crate. And I'll show you what I'm going to use that crate for in a future episode. But for today, I'm just making the crate. Alright, that's all the wood we got. Don't mind that thing. That's a project for a future episode. Hooking up a DC motor to it. I don't have enough voltage to actually use it. So that'll be a future episode. But this is all the wood we got from the pallets. This is all that junk stuff that still has to be denailed. And those are all the stretchers. Some of these stretchers have some really cool bird marks in them. So I'm going to see if I can use that. I don't know if it's going to be on this project, but that'll be on a future project. My fan. So I'm going to start assembling this thing together, and you'll see where I'm going with it. I tried to do a time lapse of me tearing everything apart. I ended up just going right to the jigsaw. It was a lot faster. And I'll show you guys where I get. Not sure if that time lapse went through though, as I was saying. So we'll see how that came out. If it did happen, I hope you enjoyed it. And if you want me to continue doing stuff like that, let me know, and I'll definitely try and make it work. Alright, this should give you an idea of what I'm trying to do. All I'm doing is just building a few very open slotted sides. I'm building the sides to the crate right now. Temporarily holding it in place with some wood screws. I'm going to flip it over and everything's going to be permanently drilled from the front. So I'm just laying it out on the back, then I'll flip it over and screw everything in from the top. And I'm going to continue this until I have all the sides made to the dimensions I would like. Then I'll come back to you when I have everything almost ready for assembly. Alright guys, it's coming along. We got the sides on it now. Just did basically the same thing, only with a thinner strap. And I'm sure you could see what I'm doing now. I'm building a housing for some speakers. I have a smaller setup over here. Basically just going to transfer that into this box. But instead of that one, I'm going to have 2 speakers. And I'm keeping the slats nice and wide because my amplifier over there has blue lights, so I'm hoping that'll shine through. And it'll also provide sufficient airflow for the power supply I'm using. So, I'm just about to attach the bottom. Then I'll see if I can make the back, do the top, and I'll put everything inside and come back to you guys. Alright, it's almost done. Got 3 sides and the bottom completed. Before I put the back on, I wanted to show you guys the wiring. It's a little messy, but I'm going to clean that up before I put the back on. But all I have is a computer power supply with the cord that's just going to run to the outlet down there. And that goes in and the power supply does its thing and converts it to all different types of DC voltages. I got all the 12 volt wires going to my amp here. Then I have the remote wire connected directly to the power, so that way when the power supply turns on, the amp is also on. Then I've got, I also got the grounds. Then I have a bunch of these 5.5 volt wires that I didn't know what to do with, but I decided to keep them when I was converting everything to get these ready. And I'm glad I did, because a lot of devices require a 5 volt DC charge. 5.5 volts DC to charge. So I took off this little connector piece that happens to have 2 USB ports in it. And this cord's going up to power my Bluetooth connector. Everything's kind of wired up back there. And I got the 2 RCA cables going to the front of my amp here. I'll show you guys that once I finish and I'll have it spun around. But this is basically it. If you guys have any questions on it, just leave them in the comments and I'll answer it. It's fairly simple to do. It's just, having the supplies to do it. And this power supply and the terminal over there, the USB terminal, came out of this old computer. I think it's an old Dell. I took the front off. It's just an old Dell that someone was throwing away at work. So they gave it to me. I wiped the hard drive for their, for their privacy. And then I'm just taking it apart, piece by piece. I'm finding new uses for them. So, that's where I am. That's where I'm at so far. And I'll let you guys see it when it's finished. Alright, and here is the finished product. I really like the way the old shabby, crappy box design fits with the newer looking speakers. I don't know why, it just looks neat. Everything works. Unfortunately, I can't show you it because I don't have any non-copyrighted songs as of right now. But she does. I've been testing it out. In the back here, hopefully you can see it. Yep, right here. I have this little notch. I just kind of saw it filed in with a circular file. I'll get away from this fan. I decided to use that just to kind of keep the cord in place. It's not really stable. It just pops right out, but it's better than nothing. Yeah, this is her. I got the amp all right here and accessible. You can see those blue lights I was talking about. I don't think they're bright enough to actually illuminate the box as I was hoping, so maybe I'll take the top off and put some aftermarket car lights in there. But this is her for now. So I'm excited to use her, and I'll be out with my new project, or my next project. I'll be out with that very shortly. Thanks for watching.